Good morning. Super excited. Do not focus on the head wrap. Okay. We are in chapter 7. I am your dynamic instructor, and you are on your route, on your way to becoming the master educator that you desire to be. So this is educational aids and technology in the classroom. Chapter 7, it will be multiple choice, and we got 50 questions we're about to run through. Um, I'll drink a little water from time to time to make sure that I don't get too parched. And let's get it. So instructional aids will support A, learning resources, B, technology, C, creative teaching methods, D, none of the above. The answer is C, creative teaching methods. Number two, the to maintain student interest in the educator will A, use video presentations often, B, very instructional material, C, make use of workbook assignments, D, have students take notes, B, very instructional materials. Number three, instructional aids provide for a change of pace and also A, clarify information, B, provide busy time, C, give educators time to collaborate, D, give students time to catch up on work. A, clarify information. Number four, learners place more emphasis on what they A, hear, B, touch, C, feel, D, see. The answer is D, C. Number five, learners think at a rate of A, 110 to 200 words per minute, B, 200 to 300 words per minute, C, 300 to 400 words per minute, D, 400 to 500 words per minute. And the answer is D, 400 to 500 words per minute. Number six, when the educator addresses more of the learner's senses during a presentation, there's a greater opportunity for A, understanding and retention, B, confusion, C, agitation, D, perplexity. The answer is A, understanding and retention. Seven, clear visual aids may be used to A, give directions, B, clear misinformation, C, increase comprehension, D, all of the above. 8, by adding visual aids to the spoken message, learners will A, hear more and retain more, B, use all of their senses, C, gain information more quickly, reducing required presentation time, D, gain information through their most dominant learning style. C is the answer, gain information more quickly, reducing required presentation time. Let me turn this fan off. That just because honey, goodness. Number 9, bringing a salon environment into the classroom with PowerPoint presentation, pictures, and so forth adds A, a diversion, B, a world of perspective, C, another teaching skill, D, dimension. And the answer is B, a real world perspective. 10, by using more visual aids in the presentation of the lesson, the educator can be more confident and A, ensure consistency, B, diminish comprehension, C, obscure visibility, D, exert authority. A, ensure consistency. 11. With today's diverse student population, it is the responsibility of the educator to A, assign homework that is not time consuming, B, speak several languages, C, use a variety of teaching materials, D, find someone who can translate other languages, C, use a variety of teaching materials. 12. Important concepts for selecting and preparing a visual aid includes A, visibility, B, clarification, C, proportion, D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. 13. Instructional material that are standard print materials, non-projected, are used for a flip chart, B, visuals during a presentation, C, reference, D, all of the above. The answer is C, reference. 14, workbooks are written to complement and support the textbook. The major advantage of the workbook is that A, student can use it independently, B, it fills in downtime, C, it can be used as a consequence for misbehavior, D, when it is totally completed, students can graduate. A, students can use it independently. The workbook allows students to be able to work on their own. 15, information that is more current than that contained in a textbook may be found in A, trade journal articles, B, industry periodically, C, newspaper articles, D, all of the above. And the answer is D, all of the above. 16, career opportunities in the United States can be found in publications. A, occupational possibility handouts. B, occupational outlook handbook. And I meant handbook also in A. C, occupational prospect handbook. D, occupational opportunity handbook. And the answer is B, occupational outlook handbook. 17, a key component in self-study or self-instructional systems and also an asset to the slower learner who needs repetition for maximum retention is A, reference book, B, workbook, C, audio tapes or CD-ROMs, D, flip charts. The answer is C, audio tapes or CD-ROMs. 18, visual presentations can increase retention, enhance learning, and make effective use of instructional time. In order to accomplish this, the tools A should be kept simple, B should have materials properly attached, C should make use of digital cameras, D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. 19, the white magnetic marker board or multipurpose board may be used with A, magic markers, B, colored chalk, C, special marking pens, D, crayons. It's C, special marking pens. 20, when using the chalkboard or the magnetic board, the educator, A, must speak to the learner, not to the board. A, must always begin with a clean board. C, should use printed letters rather than scripted. D, all of the above. The answer is B, must always begin with a clean board. 21, flip charts are suitable for groups no larger than A, 40, B, 45, C, 50, D, 55. The answer is A, 40. 22, flip charts are useful in illustrating sequential steps in the process as long as the educator A, places the major steps on a single sheet, B, lists the steps on one sheet, C, use half of the sheet for each step, D, none of the above. The answer is A, place places each major step on a single sheet. 23, the type of projector that enables you to project the solid image into a surface to diagram is the A, laser disc, B, overhead projector, C, LCD projector, D, occupy projector, projector. D is the answer. 24, one of the most common flexible and economical instructional tools used in the classroom is the A, overhead projector, B, LCD projector, C, occupy projector, D, white magnetic board, and the answer is A, overhead projector. 25, the best thing about working with transparency is A, you face the class while writing material on the film. B, they work well in a room that's well lit. C, they can prepare ahead of time. D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. 26, when designing transparencies, keep it simple and limit the information to A, 6 lines per page and no more than 6 words on a line. B, 7 lines to a page and no more than 7 words on a line. 8 lines to a page and no more than 8 words on a line. D, 9 lines per page and no more than 9 lines on a line. So the answer is A, 6 lines on a page and no more than 6 words on a line. That's good. 27, the master educator can produce professional looking transparencies using A, color markers, B, felt marking crayons, D, desktop type publisher software. C, desktop type publishing software. D, colored chalk. The answer is C, desktop type publishing software. 28, incompatible film runs through a copier will A, tear the transparency, B, leave no imprint, C, melt the film inside the copier, causing an inexpensive repair, D, cause the film to be ruined. The answer is C, melt the film inside the copier, causing an inexpensive repair. 29, disadvantage in using the transparency includes A, no audio, B, unexpected bulb burnout, C, classroom size, D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. 30, using cartoons, charts, and illustrations in transparencies will A, distract from the meaning, B, show that the content is not important, C, demonstrate that the educator is not serious, D, help to convey your meaning. D is the answer, help to convey your meaning. 31, to provide maximum visibility, transparency letters should be at least A, 1/8 inch high, B, 1/4 inch high, C, 1/2 inch high, D, 3/4 inch high. 32, when drawing attention to the specific fact, the transparency, A, use a pointer as you would with a chalkboard, B, go up to the screen and point, C, don't use anything, D, lay a pen or other item on the transparency itself rather than pointing at the screen. And the answer is D, lay a pen or other items on the transparency itself rather than pointing at the screen. 33, computer software has made education in this century A, source of independent study, B, too complex, C, complicated, D, too expensive. The answer is A, source for independent study. 34, the LED, I'm talking about LED. The LCD projector allows images to be projected on A, television, B, overhead, C, large screen, D, monitor, and answer is C, large screen. 35, when purchasing a LCD projector, consider A, resolution and weight, B, brightness and contrast, C, connectivity and lamp life, D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. 36, DVDs have a much higher capacity for storage. These devices have placed a film script, B, have replaced a film script, B, films, C, videos, D, all of the above. And the answer is D, all of the above. 37, when considering the use of a video for a lesson, the educator will consider A, how much time the video will free up for the educator, B, the people in the video, C, how the video addressed the learning objective, D, all of the above. It is C, how the video addressed the learning objective. 38, video presentations are not free times for student or educator. Be certain, A, that learners know what they are expected to learn from the video, B, to become familiar with the content in the video, C, to prepare to discuss questions for use before and after viewing the video, D, all of the above. The answer is B, to become familiar with the content that's in the video. Content of the video. 39, students watching the video should A, take elaborate notes, B, highlight corresponding information in the textbook, C, look through trade journals to find information on topics, D, none of the above. The answer is D, none of the above, okay? 40, key points should be introduced to the student, A, after the video, B, on handout given during the video, C, before the video, D, on a handout given after the video. So it's C, before the video. One more. Show the video a second time. 41, show the video a second time. A, whenever possible. B, immediately after the discussion. C, as a review at the beginning of the next class. D, all of the above. 42, when the video is presenting a technical procedure, the learner should A, demonstrate the actual skill involved, B, list the procedure demonstrated in the video presentation, C, complete crossword on the word presentation, D, outline the main concepts of the video presentation. The answer is A, demonstrate the actual skills involved. 43, to determine the size of the television monitor, the classroom, for a classroom, plan for 1 digital inch of viewing of each student. Thus for a class of 25, you should want A, 2 19-inch monitors, B, a 25-inch monitor, C, a 32-inch monitor, D, a widescreen monitor. Okay. And the answer is B, a 25-inch monitor. 44, master educators should recognize that distant learning is here to stay, but A, it is not for the irresponsible learner. B, it will not replace hands-on learning. C, the educator can never be replaced. D, all of the above. 45, equipment and tools are provided by A, the educator, B, the institution, C, the student, D, all of the above, and it's B, the institution. 46, in today's classroom, is necessary for educators to A, know how to operate the equipment only, B, just use overhead projectors. C, know how to operate and maintain equipment effectively and safely. D, none of the above. And answer is C, know how to operate and maintain equipment effectively and safely. 47, the master educator should be knowledgeable and skilled in the use of tools and equipment that will be used by the students and must also teach student instructors. A, basic skills. B, advanced skills. C, salon procedures. D, intelligent decisions concerning purchasing and maintenance of equipment. 48, when dealing with the instructional equipment, it is imperative that it is A, inspected, B, functional according to the standards for qualifying education, C, operational, D, all of the above. The answer is D, all of the above. 49, the master educator can plan for regular use of a variety of electronic teaching aids such as A, bulletin boards, B, flip charts, C, whiteboards, D, transparencies, and answer is D, transparencies. 50 and final, when sitting on the view screen, it should at least be when setting up the viewing screen, it should be at least a 22 inches from the floor, which will allow most learners to see the full screen clearly. B, 32 inches from the floor and will allow most learners to see the full screen clearly. C, 42 inches from the floor will allow most learners to see full screen clearly. D, 52 inches from the floor to allow most learners to see the full screen clearly. And the answer is C, 42 inches from the floor, which would allow most learners to see the full screen clearly. Thank you so much. I will see you around in chapter 8, and that will be effective presentation. We just wrapped up chapter 7, educational aids and technology in the classroom. Until next time, I am your dynamic instructor. Be blessed.